y'all ever have a show or like a game or like something, just something that you throw on when you trying to chill and you know you're trying to just relax, not really think about what's on, something like background noise, right? Or whatever, maybe distraction, comfort show, whatever it may be, bro. Now, what would you refer to that show as, right? Whatever the show may be, one of those shows you could turn your brain off, right? you feel what I'm saying? Shows like this, shows media. I'll just say media, right? Instead of shows. Media where you could just turn your brain off and enjoy it without having to really focus on what the characters are saying or doing, like you know, something mindless, right? It obviously this gets a lot of discourse always at all times because the concept of mindless media doesn't really mesh well with some people, and I could understand why, but I will say not everything must be absolute cinema. Sometimes the absolute cinema comes from here, bruh. Comes from you as the viewer. You decide what's absolute cinema, bro. Now, of course, objectively, some things are just better written, some things are objectively better than other series, right? It's just how it's gonna be. But take like, all right, right. Let me talk about myself for example, right? Growing up, I love Fanboy and Shum Shum, bro. That show on Nick with the tall purple kid and a short little kid in orange, and they wore underwear outside. I love that show. I love the theme song. I love the characters. I love the show. Every time it was on, I was watching it, bro. That show was so hated, bro. So hated. And the main thing that people was hating on about was, oh, it's stupid, it's mindless, it doesn't, it this and that. That's the point. You feel me? It was one of them shows that you put it on and you know it's gonna be some goofy, dumb jokes with goofy, dumb characters making goofy, dumb, stupid noises, but it's funny for one, and it's chill, bro. It's not something that like the comparison that I would make, and it probably isn't the best comparison, but the comparison that I would make is like SpongeBob and Avatar, right? Since we're on the Nick shows already. Me personally, I'm not putting Avatar on as background noise. Cause they get too serious, bruh. It's too serious. It's a story that takes itself serious. It's a narrative-driven story. I'm not putting that on as background noise, bro. Cause, you know, there's a chance that I look over and it's boring. And it's boring. Now, listen, I never watched Avatar in its completion, so don't be coming at me. I'm not saying Avatar is boring, but there's a chance that a show like that, for me, would get boring if I'm not fully paying attention. You know what I mean? If my intention is in the show isn't to pay attention, then if a show requires your attention for it to be good, I think it might get boring because, you know, you're not really focusing on it, bro. That's why these shows where it's like, you know, like shows where it's like you can tell they tried to make it where they tried to make it a good narrative versus a good experience. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying these two can't go hand in hand. Obviously, they're, you know, a good narrative for, you know, for the most part is a good experience, and a good experience for the most part is a good narrative. But at the same time, the wackiness, the fun, you know, silly, lighthearted, not serious stuff, that's also, you know, the turn your brain off stuff like that is also necessary in contrast to the super serious stuff. Or not even necessarily super serious, but the stuff that takes itself serious, I should say. You know what I mean? Because like another example now, for, you know, I haven't even seen this movie, but the Minecraft movie, bro, or a Minecraft movie, if we, you know, that gotta be one of the dumbest movies. Just, you know, Jack Black sitting there, I am Steve. You know, it's a goofy movie, bro. But, you know, the thing, everybody goes into this thinking, you know, this movie's gonna suck, this movie's gonna be bad, and people leave actually haven't had a good time because it's just a dumb, fun movie. Like, dumb fun is something that people, I think people put too much thought into dumb fun. You can tell when something's made to be dumb and fun, bruh. And you either enjoy it or don't. But not everything needs to be the most well written, Blackbeard at the table with the pen. Not everything needs to be written that well, bruh. Or, have that much narrative structure, yada, yada, yada. Something can just be some fun, goofy characters having a fun time. Like Mario in the back, he saves the princess. Princess gets stolen, he saves the princess, and that's the narrative for a bunch of the games, but it's fun every time. Now, that's a game, so it's different, but y'all get what I mean, though. Y'all get the point that I'm saying, bro. Not everything needs to be this super well thought out, well planned, well coordinated. Some things can just be fun for the sake of being fun, bro. And if you don't find it fun, that's okay. But people that do find it fun, that doesn't, like, people get this, like, superiority complex and think, like, just because they prefer to watch media that, you may have to pay more attention to, they think that people that prefer not to are incapable of it, or you know what I mean, or just they only want to watch slop, and it's like, bro, like, I can, doesn't mean I'm gonna want to, you know what I mean, like, just chill, bro, chill. Maybe you need some dumb fun in your life, bro. You so strict and serious, like, relax, bro, ease up, don't gotta be so tense, bro, just chill, bro. Like, I can understand if you don't agree with the turn your brain off argument, because, like, it's a piece of media, you're investing your time into it, so you want to fully invest, and that's cool. But you can also fully invest with your brain turned off. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, not everything has to be the most realistic depiction, or the most narrative heavy, the most character development. Like, not everything really needs that. That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying. Not everything really needs that, bro. Okay. That's it, bro. Sometimes it's okay to just have some dumb fun, as long as you acknowledge it's dumb fun. As long as you ain't be like, yeah, this work of media is actually peak fiction because, I mean, you can say that because I enjoyed it, like, it's peak fiction to me because I liked it. And that's valid, but you also have to be like, it is pretty dumb, though. It is pretty goofy. As long as you admit your goofiness, you good, bro. You good. That's it. That's it. Just admit your goofiness, bro. Just say it how it is. Just own it, bro.